Gunnarsson. Albert skorar! Albert Gunnarsson hefur skorað. Ragnar Bergis er skora þetta mark. Glæsilega gert. Óskar Ragnar á móti Bjarna. Og Bjarni með góða sendingu fyrir og Haraldur Ingólfsson.
Hello everyone, welcome to a special edition of the Best Pod Ever. We are very excited to have a special guest with us in the studio today. Well, I say studio, but you know, we're just recording over the internet or whatever. But yeah, obviously, as always, I'm joined by my usual co-host in Tryggvi. But Tryggvi, today we're joined by Fred from Fram. So Fred, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you guys for the invite. I'm really excited about it, and let's go. Let's talk about football.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about football. We're gonna talk about Brazil. We're gonna talk about lots of different things. We have lots of questions for you, so it's gonna be
That's great.
It's gonna be fun. We're really excited.
That's great.
And really, you're our second guest on the show. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is gonna
I'm
be
feeling
awesome.
special here. Huh?
You should. This is not everybody gets to come on the show, Fred. So you know.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Okay. So Fred, you were born in Rio Grande, right? Is that how you say it? Rio Grande?
Yeah, that's right. I said Rio Grande, but you're right.
Rio Grande.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. In Brazil, of course. You have been in Iceland now since 2018.
That's right.
And you came to from Sporting Club Sao Paulo, is that right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, cool. And so yeah, you joined Fram in 2018, and how old were you when you moved over from Brazil?
I was 21, about to turn 22.
Okay, cool. So you at that point in time you'd had a little bit of club experience. I was kind of looking at your playing background, and it looks like you were at Operario Ferroviário Esporte Club. Is that something like that?
Operário. Oh yes, Operário Ferroviário.
Okay, so is that what? Can you explain to both Tryggvi and I and our listeners, like, is that kind of I'm assuming it's maybe a bit of a smaller club. They have a lot of young players, or
I started in futsal, since I'm young. I started probably 5-6 years old until I was 17 in futsal, only play indoor futsal, not with the walls like you have in US, just the normal one. And then between futsal and football, I was training probably football like 2 or 3 times a week when I was young, until 17, when I was changed to football. Then I started in São Paulo under 20. Then I went in Loan for Grêmio. That was a huge experience over there in the under 20, also in Grêmio. Then I came back to São Paulo. I played professional in São Paulo. But this is São Paulo from my state, not São Paulo from São Paulo. So right. Some people are confused a little bit, but so yeah, I was playing in the professional for São Paulo when I was 17, when I was 18, 19. And then I went in a lower for Operário. Was a club in that time. They were in the 4th division in Brazil, same as São Paulo, my last club. And they were about to get a promotion for 3rd division, Série C, we call it.
Yep.
And and then I went to play some competition under 23. And I did well. I thought I was going to stay. The professional team got the promotion that year for the Série C. And it's a club from it's not a big club from Brazil, you know, but in
Mhm.
their state, in Paraná, they are probably the top 4, top 5, I would say, because they have the top 3, Curitiba, Atlético Paranaense,
Mhm.
and have Paraná also. This
Mhm.
one was the top 3, I would say.
Uh-huh.
And then Operário came in 2015, 2014. They were always in the semifinals, finals of the states, you know. So I would say it would be the top 4, maybe probably the top 4. They have like a huge crowd, you know, crazy supporters. In
Yeah.
our games in the under 23, they were always there shouting at us like crazy supporters, you know. Amazing to see, amazing, really amazing. And
How many fans?
per game in
Yeah.
when they were doing in the series, small stadium but always full, you know. It's a pretty big crowd for a team from a small city, you know.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to there.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then in São Paulo, when I was playing for São Paulo, in the big games, I would say 12,000 max. You know, when you play against Internacional and Grêmio, but
Yeah.
normal games probably around 2 or 3,000 watching.
So just like being in front of in the Kawa Stadium, right?
Yeah.
A little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Nice. So you mentioned there that you got your start, and yeah, Tryggvi, interrupt anytime you want. But you mentioned, Fred, that you got your start kind of with futsal, right? So for maybe some of our listeners, or for even maybe they have kids or something, and their kids are interested in soccer. Obviously, futsal, as you mentioned, in Brazil is a lot different from like where I live in the US, right? It's not
Yeah. Yeah.
indoors, right? Futsal is like, it's like street soccer, right?
Yeah.
And
Keep
so
going. Keep going.
it's it's like that's where you learn a lot of like foot skills and things like that. You're in a lot of tight spaces, right? But let's just futsal in general, would you say that's a really good thing for aspiring footballers to do regularly?
uh, I think so. Yes. I really like. I really enjoy to play futsal. And I kind of missed a little bit because I was promising. I can't say that for you guys.
Yeah.
I was really good at futsal. I'm not kidding. My brother was one of the best players in my town, and they were they were pointing for me and saying like, this guy, you're gonna hear about this guy, you know. I, I'm really humble, guys. I'm first time I'm meeting you here, but I don't say about for this for anyone, but about futsal, I can talk about. I'm not kidding. And then I would say for the parents, for the listeners, for the young kids, that futsal is great for you. I think every great footballer from Brazil probably started futsal. My
Mhm.
favorite ones, I would say, Ronaldinho, Neymar, Coutinho. You know, everyone starting futsal. Of course, in the streets also, you play in 2 against 2, 3 against 3, without shoes. You know, this is where you create like the skills you learn. But talking especially about futsal, I would say that you grow and you learn a lot uh, as a footballer. You have to think faster. You have to play in small spaces. You have to think before what's the ball come. You know, it's much more tight, much more fast, and I really like it at that time. And I really love it when we are playing small games in trainings, you know, because where reminds me kind of where I grow, you know.
Yeah.
And I would say it's where can you see the difference between a guy who play futsal and the guy who did not
Yeah.
in this kind of trainings or this kind of small spaces in the pitch, you know.
Sure. Yeah. So kind of speaking of, you mentioned Coutinho and a few others, Neymar and whatnot there. But who was your favorite footballer growing up, or even now? Who do you
Uh, I can't say other. It's always Ronaldinho Gaúcho.
run? Yes.
Yeah, it's my favorite one. It's the
Yes.
most enjoyable football player you can watch. For me, you know, for me, that's for me. I love to watch also Ronaldo, phenomenal, the Brazilian.
Huh?
When I'm talking to Thiago, my Portuguese teammate, I will say Ronaldo is the only, the real Ronaldo is ours Ronaldo from Brazil. He gets so mad, you know. Of course. you
I
have to
love it.
respect Cristiano now. But
Yeah,
for me, when I talk about Ronaldo, I'm talking about my Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo.
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Ronaldinho, like when you watched him play, you just smile. It's just so much fun to like watch. It's everything he does is just
Everything he does is so natural movements. When he nutmeg a guy or the ball goes over his head and he's smiling, he's just enjoying doing that. He's like, go for side and body movements, and I don't know. That's for me is crazy, and I love to watch. I don't try in the pitch what he was trying to do, because it's impossible. The elastico, Rabona, all this stuff. I know how to do it, but I prefer play my game simple,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Hey, but you carry that smile with you though, so that's a good thing.
Of course, always with me. We are from the same state, right? Gaúcho. We are Gaúchos, so
Yeah.
how is that? Sorry to I'll just derail things. Like, how is that then to go maybe from a bit more sort of loose, happy people smiling playing football to sort of the Nordics where people don't maybe smile. We don't smile. We're not
no,
on the street maybe with smiles on our faces always. What's
no. I mean, it's was a kind of shock when I first arrived here, because I was used to, that the football in Brazil is slow. You pass the ball, you jog in the pitch. In Iceland, in Nordic countries, whatever, you don't have this time. You have to run, you have to defend, you have to sprint back, and I struggle a little bit. A little bit, no, I would say a lot. My first year, when I'm talking about my first year in Iceland, I would say was not a good year. Was not a good performance. And my teammates who were here with me, the captain Linor, some other guys, they know and they tell us how much we improve in all this time. Because we are totally different players. And then now I would say I have this technique that came from Brazil, the smile and this type of game, and the run and fighting from Iceland. So it's a
so
good
you're the
match, I
perfect
think.
player now.
You have to say that. I'm not to say that.
I love it. I think every footballer has their own unique playing style, but I guess if you were to take yourself out of the equation and compare your playing style to someone, who would you say you like play like the most? Like, would it be Ronaldinho, like, or would it be
No,
no?
I would say kind of Coutinho. I like
Yeah,
Coutinho. Not Coutinho dribbles more than me. I remember Coutinho. I'm talking about Coutinho from Liverpool.
yeah, yeah,
Not the
yeah,
other Coutinho.
yeah, yeah.
He was dribbling a lot between guys. I'm not this guy going through players, but I'm quick in the body movements. I have some pace and I can do some run behinds, run deeps, and I love to take some long shots like he used to take. So
He
that's
did love
I
long
think that's
shots.
my that yeah. Coutinho I think is the best one like mid long shots, from 60 meters, whatever.
Yeah,
Was crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I would say Coutinho, not Ronaldinho, not Neymar. I'm not this player.
Cool. What? So this is a two-part question. So what are you I see a lot of Icelandic players that also like coach like youth, like kids teams, right? Youth teams over there. Are you doing that? And then also like what do you want to do after your career is over? Like and you still have a long ways to go, so maybe you haven't thought about that a ton, but like do you want to get into coaching or what do you want to do?
Coaching is not something I'm get much interested.
Mm-hmm.
I was coaching Fram in 2019, just like a summer camp or something like this.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it with the young lads like 13, 14 years old. I think younger than this is kind of hard because also have the language barrier,
Yeah.
and was kind of hard for me. But the guys with 13, 14, the guys who are started to thinking about more football, I think was nice to coach because we could give some tips for the guys and help with some movements. Like, guys, I have you maybe open your arm more, do with this with your chest, to receive the ball with this part of the feet. I like that time. I think if Fram wants or that I will be a coach again, I would accept, of course. But I don't think about like a professional coach.
Yeah.
No, I don't think about this. Maybe as an agent, I would say, but not as a coach.
Yeah, well, you'd have some good experience with that, so I could see that. Yeah, I could see
Yeah, and what
agent
was
or
the other
something.
question? Sorry.
No, I think you answered them. Yeah, I think you answered both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
for the after career, I'm not thinking much about football.
mhm.
I would like to do some business, to more stock guy or investment. I like this stuff, real estate, and I like to talk about investments also. So I always try to help my friends who are like beginning to save some money,
Mhm.
and that's something I like it.
Cool. That's awesome. I'm gonna come to you the next time I buy a house.
I can give some tips.
Okay, here's the most random question that you're probably ever gonna get, but okay, so why do players cut holes in their socks?
Oh, yeah. I think that's became normal now, right? But
Yeah.
for me, it's because I always I was always struggling a little bit with cramps. You know,
Uh-huh.
some people say that this helps to take the pressure away from the socks. I can't say it work because I get cramps also. I'm still getting cramps with the holes or not.
Yeah.
But I think helps a little. I like
Mhm.
to do it. I feel good when I'm doing.
So do you get a new pair of socks every game?
No, we have only one for the season. Maybe if you need another one, I just keep in mind. I can show you later.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah,
love it.
I always keep in mind because I like the way I don't need cut every time. And now
Yeah.
the socks from the teams they are coming cut it already.
Oh,
Because
really?
they are investing this because every player was cutting the socks in beginning of the season, and
Yeah.
so they made a perfect one with everything
Huh.
attached. They work really well.
Huh.
That's good.
Yeah. I love it. No, I love it. I think it's awesome. Let's talk about Fram a little bit. Tryggvi, you wanna?
Yeah, so yeah, you talked a little bit about your time in Brazil, and then as far as I know, you brought over, or sort of you came to Iceland from a fairly new agency, right? Or
From
like that had
Etna.
brought some. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, yeah, and they brought some players, and you were the first one they brought to Europe, wasn't that? Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was the first one. I think he had one guy before in Italy, just for not too much time. Oh, he had the same guy who came with me for Iceland, Marcos Vinicius,
Okay.
in 2018. He was from the same agent, and he was in Moldova before. Moldova, right? That's
Uh,
right. I could pronounce
Yeah.
it. He's on there. Had some problem with contract, mafia, whatever you, and then he have to leave. And then he came to
Yeah.
Fram. Yeah, keep
My
going.
wife is from Romania, so I know the region.
Yeah, okay. And when I came to Fram was the first I never did met my agent before. The first time we met was in Iceland, and he's from Brazil
Okay.
also. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
kind of crazy when I came.
Yeah.
How does that? How does that
Uh,
conversation even start? Is it like,
yeah,
by the way, like Iceland? Have you ever heard of it?
it's yeah. It's like this. Look, I was playing for the team Operário. So this was I arrived there after the first competition, the state in Rio Grande do Sul, my state. I moved to Paraná in the other state. I was playing this competition around May, June, July, August, and I start to have the conversation with my agent. His name is Valdir, and we start to have some conversations, start to know each other. I knew he was with some players outside of Brazil, especially in Asia, Thailand, Malaysia. And he was, and in that time I didn't have my Portuguese passport, so I was working on it and take some time, and this for a Brazilian, it's so helpful, to open the doors in Europe for you. It's much easier. So we start talking July, whatever, August, October, always talking. I came back to São Paulo to play the first division in my state, and this was beginning of January, and we were talking about to go to Uzbekistan. And I have no idea how this starts, Okay, he was saying, Fred, I have a team for you in Uzbekistan. Can you leave the club? It's okay for you ask for finish your contract, because the club was from my town, So I had some good relationship with the president, with coach that time, and all this stuff. With the let me know what's the name of the club, and we can start working on it. And okay, he said, yeah, okay, don't worry, I'll let you know. And I remember the exact moment he called me. I was in a hotel one day before a game. He used to always go to the hotel before and stay a night. And he called me. I was in a room with this guy from Rio de Janeiro. And he called me and saying, Fred, how are you? You good? So yeah, are you ready to leave? I said, yeah, but where are we going? What's the name of the club? It's Uzbekistan, right? And he say, Uzbekistan? No, what are you talking about? We are going to Iceland. That was what? What are you saying? Where is Iceland? And then I started to search. Then came volcanoes, earthquakes, all this stuff, and Blue Lagoon. was kind of fun, And then I think after 1 month, I was still playing, waiting for the draft of the contract, if it was for real or no. And then I came to my coach that time. I say, I have this opportunity to go to Europe. It's a club in second division in Iceland. I think it's time to go. It's time to try something different, and I would like to know if you let me leave, if you count with me for the season. What's your thought? Because my coach that time, he was an ex-professional player. He played for Brazil. He played international. Yeah, and they say, yeah, Fred, just go. It's a great opportunity for you. You want I restart?
No. Keep going.
Okay. It's a great opportunity for you, and I think you should go. Just talk with the president, talk with the board. If they gonna let you to leave, it's okay. And then I went to the board, talk to them, and he will say, yes, Fred, it's fine. Just just go. It's a great opportunity. We are not gonna hold you here and like stop your dreams, So
yeah. Cool. Wow, what a story.
Yeah.
Did you have any contact with anyone from Fram?
No, never. So yeah, he showed me the club. That time, our social media was not so great. I think it's something that Iceland is still growing. Use it like Twitter, stories, and Instagram posts. It's not many clubs they are doing like a full time. This our club, I think, start last season, especially when we got the promotion first year in the first division.
Yeah.
Because when I started to search for the club, I didn't find almost anything. Was a website, like an old website, probably not much updated, and for me, it was showing more news about handball than football. And then I was, oh my god, okay. Now I say I'm leaving, I have to go, right? I was kind of not worried. I was excited, but I had no idea what I was going to find here or what I was expecting.
Yeah. What have you enjoyed the most at Fram? Like, what have you enjoyed for the club? Like, give us Give us
I
a
mean,
sense of like, is it a well-run club, or what do you enjoy?
I mean, when you first arrive, okay, I met my first coach was a Portuguese coach, and I think this was a big tool that help us in our first season, especially with the language, because we are still learning English that time. We didn't talk much. I could not have this podcast with you in the first year, maybe not in the second year also. And so especially our coach helped us a lot here. Pedro, his name, he's Portuguese. I think he's in Malaysia now. And of course our teammates, because they are amazing guys. I never had any problems with anyone in the dressing room or in the pitch. And it's something that me and Thiago, especially when we are talking, we see the other foreigners, maybe they don't have the same experience as us.
Mhm.
When they first arrive club, maybe they are not well welcome, I would say.
Yeah.
And for us here it was always amazing. They always give also the support for us. They always, are you fine? Do you need something? Or so I would say, especially our teammates, when they open the doors for us, teammates and probably staff in the club, board, all this. That's something that help us a lot here, and one of the reasons that I'm staying this time here, all this time.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the club, so like the club culture, then you'd say it's pretty, it's pretty friendly. It's pretty, well, what would you say it is, I guess? And can you talk a little bit about the fans too? Like,
Yeah, I would say it's really friendly, like you'd say. Also, when we changed the coach for our actual coach, Noni, we call him. He's a great guy. He's a great friend, a great person, really good coach. He's sometimes he's way too good person, way too good. And yeah, I think the way they treat us and the supporters also, and when when I see someone in the streets, they always come to talk with us. They say, "Hey, Fred, how are you? I really like to watch your game. I really like to I enjoy your football, or you're a good player." They are really nice to me. All of them. Sometimes I'm in the pool over here close to the club, and they come to me and say, "Hi, Fred, great match yesterday," or my kid, I love to watch you play. Can you send me a photo? Can you? It's really nice. So I think that's one of the reasons. Uh, I would say, yeah. The other day was me and Thiago. We were picking up a pizza, and we are waiting in the line. Talk with this guy in the cash machine, and taking we were taking so long in the line. Us. We were causing problems over there, and the line was getting big, and the guy was not understanding what we were asking, and we are not understanding him. Then some guy come touch us our shoulder here and say, guys, and we are, oh my god, we start the trouble. It's like, oh, my kid loves you guys. Can you send a video for him? And we were like, of course, of course. So yeah, some stuff like this. I think the kids they really like me. They love me.
That's awesome. How's the food over there?
The food,
Yep.
I mean, I would say first expensive. The rest, it's just normal. I can survive with. Uh, I can make my Brazilian food.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't try the shark. I never tried the whales. I never tried the head of ships. None of this. Just normal food.
You have to try the shark once at least. Yeah,
No, no,
just
no,
it's
no, no. I think it's just for tourists, not for me. Have you tried?
yeah. I kind of like it, to be honest.
It's like a cheese, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a very, it's like a, delicacy, like a French
Oh,
cheese. Exactly
okay,
the
Joey,
same.
would you try, Joey?
No.
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 No. And the
No.
head of the ship, no, lamb or whatever you call it. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. The first time I was in the market here, it was kind of scary, you know. All the names different, the prices when you are doing the exchange, you know, the converting the prices, and
Yeah.
especially for a Brazilian, you know, because it's cheap to live in Brazil.
Uh-huh.
And when I saw like the the head of the lamb in the market, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I go look at this. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. What do you miss most about Brazil?
Weather,
The weather.
definitely.
It's the
It's been
same.
pretty,
It's
yeah. No, it's pretty good days this last week. I think today we reached 17 degrees Celsius, you know, so it was so hot outside. It's raining, but yeah, because it's a lot of raining days, you know,
Yeah.
and I miss I miss the sun.
Yeah. Well, I think I saw that you went back recently though, right? Is that right?
Sorry.
Did you go back to Brazil recently or did you go on
Uh,
vacation?
no, yeah. After season, I'm always going home, you know.
Hmm.
So after every season here, I always go home and skip the winter in Iceland and I have the summer in Brazil, you know. So yeah, I did this all the seasons
Nice.
because
sounds
when the
smart.
league finish around used to finish around September,
Yeah.
October,
Yeah.
there is not much to do here, like talking about the competition, because the league gonna start only May next year or April.
Yep.
So yeah, we always go home,
Yeah.
stay 2 months home around, and then I have the best of the both worlds, you know, summer in Iceland and summer in Brazil, and go back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long break, huh? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
it's a
mean?
long break, but I
That
mean,
that
I-
that was a question that I did have for you. Like what do you think about the way that they've turned the league now and that, they have the championship group and then they have the relegation group, right? Do you like that? Do you think that's a good change or what do you
I
think?
mean, it's nice. I think gets more excited in the end of the season, and we have more games also. I think that's good for us, especially for score more goals, give more assists. You know, you for your career, I would say it's best because you are playing more often.
Mm.
You are more in game shape all season, and probably more teams or agents, whatever, watching you. So I say it's a good change. You know,
Hmm.
it's a good change. How do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I haven't been following the league for that long, to be honest. Tryggvi's been following it a lot longer than me, so he may have a more formed opinion. But yeah, I'm right now, as of now, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Tryggvi, what do you think? Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I would say I was going to say like last year we were in the relegation group, and
Hmm.
of course you get nervous every game more, and if you don't win this game, maybe it's a dangerous one next, and
Yeah.
everyone's closer, you know. So
Hmm.
it's nice to keep your to keep you alert also, you know,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
to put more effort in the games also.
Yeah, right. Because every game means a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Tryggvi, your turn.
Yeah, no, I think it's I think the league has been, at least in my opinion, doing some nice changes. Like it needed a bit of maybe a bit of a some changes needed to be done. I think let's try this out. I think it creates some top excitement at the top, but yeah, like at the bottom, are you afraid that like if a team is in seventh, eighth place, they might not be too interested, and if it's not,
No.
maybe the fans as well, especially, or
Yeah, especially the fans for the fans come for the games, you have to give good results, you know. If the results are coming, the fans are coming. So
yeah,
if you are
that's true.
in relegation group, you are losing, the fans are not coming, you know, it's a snowball and you don't want to be there.
Oh, exactly. But
Yeah.
what do you think? You've been there. I mean, been Fram now for a while now, like and in Iceland for a while. Like, what do you think about generally you talked about social media has gotten a little bit better now. In general, what do you think about what the league has been doing for the past few years? Like what the standard of the league and part of the pitches and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I was in the second division for 4 years, 4 seasons, and I was not following much the first league in this season, in these years, but I think they are improving a lot. Also, like a media websites talking about the game, the TV shows, radio. I think it's getting more professional. When I mean, when you walk on the pitch in the first division and second division, you see that's a huge difference. You feel like today I'm seeing when I walk in the pitch and there is more supporters. Fram moving the stadium, it's a new stadium, it's really nice. And when you see all that and you put like first division here, you say I can't play second division again. It's much bigger, it's much more fans, it's much more media. It's much more fun. and I think it's still growing. It's I think it's step by step. I think after 2016 when Iceland went to Euros, right? 16, and the World Cup, I think they start look more for the football, what they should improve, and all this stuff. So I think they are in a good path, I would say.
What do you think is maybe what is missing? Maybe what do they need to do work on a bit more?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, to get more professional, it's hard because in Iceland, I don't know how is in the other Nordic countries, but most of the players they have side jobs. So working in the office, working in the school, or studying. So football is not a full-time job here. I think that's the only problem, I would say, because this is why the football is not a priority. So I think that's the only problem. If they became more professional, or the salaries would be higher, people would not be working as well, a side job. So I think this would grow the league a lot, or the country. But of course, Iceland it's expensive, and you have to work. If you don't have, if you're not working, oh my God, you're dead.
Yeah,
maybe
no, I think
2 or 3 jobs are not enough.
Yeah. No, I think you make a good point, and I think we've heard some other people say similar things. So I think I think you make a really good point. Who have you enjoyed playing the most with at Fram?
Definitely Thiago. Probably one of my best friends over here now. Here in my life, I would say. We have a really good connection. Of course, we are always together. We are always talking. Sometimes we are FaceTime each other, and we met in training. Sometimes he pick me up in my place. We talk a lot of football, about football, and we want to improve. We want to help our teammates, and I think that's, for me, that's our mission over here. When I came to Iceland, was for put the club in the first division and to help my teammates to get better. When you are training with a better player, you became better. So that's it.
So you've kind of accomplished those goals, and I'm hopefully not stealing Tryggvi's thunder, but well, he's got a question here. Do you want to read it, Tryggvi?
No, we're a team. It's
okay.
There's no I in team.
Okay, sorry, I didn't want to steal your thunder, but he's got a question. It says, was there any truth to you being close to moving to another club in the top league in 2020? And if so, why did you choose to stay in a lower division with Fram?
I think never had this talk. It's not with me, and what I heard from my agent, not with him also. 2020, when I was about to renew my contract, they were saying Valur and Akranes and I don't know what the other team were, maybe Sterna, I don't remember, were interested, but I saw the news. Everyone was asking me like, Fred, are you leaving? I say, never came anything to me. You have to show the black and the white, the paper, but never. So that's something I would say that I think is strange. No one never came to me in Iceland. Ask me my situation club if I would like to go in another club, because since our first year here, my first year here, I knew that I have the quality and the technique to play in the first league. Of course, I had to grow to get more physique, to get more, to get the time of the game and to get experience. But I knew that I could play. That's also something that we took so long to get the promotion that I think like, oh my god, it's too many years in second division. We're supposed to be here before, and we talk like, imagine if we came here with 22 years straight for Fram, straight in the first division, everything would be different, Imagine where we would be now, or that's something we talk, that's normal,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, because it's been to be honest, for looking from the outside, it's been a bit surprising because it's not like like there are people, foreigners, who come into the league and maybe perform really well for one season and then maybe it doesn't work out in the second season. And people, you're human. There's 1,000 reasons why things don't work out consistently. But you're just keep getting better and better. You go from seemingly, at least, like you go, you just voted player of the season a bunch of times, and now you're absolutely killing with Fram in the best Deildin.
Yeah,
and it's just like it was always a bit surprising. So I was just a bit curious if there was any talks, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's something that we I think that it's kind it's not weird, but I'm interested why they never came and asked. Just curiosity, just I don't want to leave. I just want to know if some people enjoy me, or they like my football, if I'm doing good or no, because when you are doing good, people come. That's normal. They're gonna ask you. They're gonna call you, texting you on Instagram, whatever. This is normal in football. You have agent, you have a contract, but this happened, and in Iceland, this never happened to me. And then I was kind of surprising because okay, maybe I'm not good as I thought. Maybe I don't work for Iceland, or maybe my football is not enough here, or they want to be more physical, or that's my fault that time. And it's something that not it's not hurt you, but make you think, like maybe am I good enough to be here, or people really don't like me, or I mean, I had this talk with some friends, and they some Icelandics, they always came to me and ask you about this, like, but no one texts you, no one never call you, because I was doing good, like I told you guys. My first season here was not good. Okay. I mean, it was a new club, a new country, new experience. But okay, I scored my goal. I scored a couple goals, like 5, or I was playing as a midfielder, changing the way you play. We struggled a little bit that season. 2019 season, I was chosen the best player in Fram in the season. 2020, the COVID came. We didn't have this party we call Lokahof here in Iceland. It's when we win the season, and we didn't have this party because of COVID. But I think I was chosen the best player of the season also. It was the same year we were supposed to get promoted. Do you know this story, right? COVID game. And okay, two seasons in a row. Then 2021, I was our second best scorer. I'm not the best player in the season, but I had a good season. Not chosen the best player, but I had a good season. I know this. And then of course I was seeing this growing, you know, and I say I'm doing good. Maybe something happened, something appeared, but never came, you know.
Yeah.
Last year, my first season in Besta Deldi, I was came after 2021 season. I had the surgery in my shoulder, so I came back in February, start training with the group. So was of course afraid in the beginning, the first games, and to go shoulder to shoulder, all the stuff, to get hurt again because it was a big surgery, and was not a great season. I was struggling a little with my knee injury. Also got injury against Keflavik, and I was many games with this pain in my bone, in my patella, that no one understand what's going on. I did MRI, all this stuff, and was something weird. Then I got an injection, and I could play the rest of the season. And now I'm feeling good. You know, I'm feeling great and feeling in shape. Confident, of course, is it's real important to you
Sure.
for score goals. And I've been taking penalties now, and it's really important.
Yeah. So you're sitting at the top of the leaderboard in terms of goals and assists in the league right now. You've got 13 total. You've got 7 goals, 6 assists. 3 of those goals are penalties, as you just mentioned. You're taking the penalties now, which is great. And yeah, you know, we certainly are feeling the Fred love. It's Fred mania over here. we love it. So I don't think anybody's down on you by any stretch of the imagination. But if you had the opportunity, you know, do you think you would bid farewell to Fram and go play in a league outside of Iceland, or do you just want to stay? Like, do you feel pretty settled, or maybe you don't know? Depends on what's the offer, right?
Yeah, depends of the offer.
Uzbekistan?
No, not Uzbekistan, you know. my my agent's trying to get me over there to Asia, but of course a huge different culture. I'm pretty based in Iceland mostly. Now my wife came to here, and she's live with me. This is really nice for me also to be with her, to enjoy some time. We had like probably 5 seasons, 4 seasons. She only came for 2 or 3 months, or first year she didn't came. The other year she came just for a week. So always in a longer distance, and this makes a lot of difference for me, you know.
Yeah.
She's also working here as architect, and
Cool.
I don't know, maybe we never know how's football, because football happens everything so fast. But yeah, I have contract now until 2025. She's working, and depend also the offer. What I would like to see another country to. I would love to play in other country in Europe, but since I don't have the option, I can't choose. It's
You're happy where you are.
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah, no, that's great. No, I love that. Sorry, Tryggvi, you can go, I promise. I just want to know what team in the Besta this season has impressed you the most?
This season?
Yep.
Yeah, we can say it's not Vikingur, right? Probably Vikingur. I mean, Breiðablik last year was crazy, but this Vikingur, it's really good. They lost some key players, right? Kristall from last year, the guy was really good. He's their deep midfielder also, Julius, yes, right? Yeah. The solid player also. And what impressed me most in that team, it's how much they run in the game, you know, how physical ready they are, you know. That's something that when we play against Vikingur, you know, we play with GPS, you know, to see how many kilometers did you run in the game. Against the Vikingur, I broke the record in mine, was 13 kilometers, you know. This is something, it's something crazy for me, because 1 week before was the UEFA Champions League final, and Brozovic, the guy who most run in the World Cup. He was 12 kilometers. I ran more than Brozovic, and I'm a winger midfielder. You know, that's not normal. So against Vikingur, you have to expect you're gonna run. You are not gonna have the ball as much because they press. They know how to keep. They play possession. They play fast. They are strong in duels. So yeah, they are the best team in the season so far.
You're spending half your game running away from Pablo, right? Trying to get away from
Yeah,
Pablo.
running away from Pablo, from the wingers. They are so fast. Also left, right back, all the guys. And Pablo gets have so much quality with the ball, and he controls the tempo and he controls the pace over there. And amazing player.
Yeah, it's interesting. So his country, El Salvador's playing in the Gold Cup right now, which is it's kind of like the Euros, but it's like Copa America
Yeah.
for CONCACAF, right? And so El Salvador didn't do very well, and I always wonder, like, why didn't they call up Pablo? Like, why isn't he playing for them? But I don't know.
He was not called this time,
No,
but
no.
he used to be, right?
Yeah. He used to be.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is good. Yeah. Tomorrow is match day for you. You go to Ibiza, and I'm just curious. This is probably second nature to you because you've been a professional for so long now, but how do you approach practice versus match days? Like in terms of your routine, like your daily routine, like do you do anything different to prepare for a game versus like practice, or do you have like rituals and things you do only on match days, or?
I mean, I prepare differently. Training is just normal. You just go and
Yeah.
do your activation. I would like to do my activation before trainings, bike and some stretch, foam holder, all the stuff before every training. But for games, especially, I always try to drink a lot of water to hydrate more one day before and the day in the game day, especially water. Eat banana for my calf don't get the cramps, and and I would like when they are home games and we have the time at home. I like to do some strat, some work with mini bands at home to get some blood flowing and to be more prepared. To when you if you not if you don't do anything, your first movements you're gonna be in the warm up when you are about to start the game, and then you have to sprint. You have to, I think you have to wake up your body just a little bit before. So yeah, I just like to do some stretch activation, mobility workout, like 10, 15, 30, 20 minutes. That's fine. But so yeah, the mobility. If I have the time, tomorrow we're gonna leave early for the island. It's a bus trip, probably 1 hour 30. Then we have to take a boat, and of course you get tired. It's a trip, For it's not same as you play a home game. You don't rest as same, Your legs are not stretched, and yeah, but I always try to get as much as water I can and eat healthy, not heavy, and that's it. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, there was some discussions a few years ago, at least. I don't know if they still do it. Some of the big teams were being people weren't happy that they were flying to Vestmannaeyjar to skip the whole boat. I guess that would be better for you to get do it all in one.
I mean, they didn't like the flights.
I think it was just the fact that they were flying such a short distance, taking a flight for such people.
But it's better take a flight than take the bus and the boat, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For me, yes. Some people get like the seasick, and I don't get it, but it's weird, right? But it's fun. It's nice, a nice island. It's really beautiful when you are arriving over there. The mountains and the water. It's really nice. It's a really nice trip.
Yeah.
And there's some heat, I guess. There's some discussions, at least, that before this game, that there's going to be some drama, let's say.
Some drama because of the last game.
Yeah.
We always
Do you
had like
do you like as a player, do you care about this general? I'm not talking, you don't have to specifically talk about tomorrow's game, but is this sort of something the media just likes to?
I think some media, there's some players who like to talk and Twitter, all this, you know. But I'm not this guy. I just I solve the problem. I like to solve the problems in the pitch. You are not there for hurt anyone, or of course it's gonna be a duel, so you're gonna be. So you have to. But for me, you always have to be loyalty to your teammates, the guys we are playing against. I'm gonna never go in a ball for hurt someone or try to tackle his leg or something like that. I know there are some people who does this, and for me it's just wrong, But I just don't care. For me, when finish the game, it's finished. I gonna handshake everyone, gonna hug my friends I have, and that's it.
I know we've been talking to you for a very long time, so do you have time for like a big question? Like
Yeah, let's go. We have time enough. There are a lot of time here.
Okay, so this is a bit of a big one. Jumping a little bit back to like our discussions so far, like you're saying maybe you've been a bit surprised there hasn't been a lot of interest in you. Some foreigners have maybe struggled a little bit to adjust to playing in Iceland, living in Iceland. Like, and you said it helped that you had a Portuguese manager coming in and you had some players you could speak to as well when you were coming in. That's not something, and there's a question coming, but so it's there's been a lot of discussion that there's no foreign managers in the Besta Liga right now. I think, is there, or am I misremembering something?
No, I don't think so. It's only Icelandic right now.
Yeah, and I think the ratio of players as well. Like it's definitely been a lot more foreign players than it is now. I think it's like you said, maybe it's a bit hard to attract foreigners sometimes to Iceland. It's maybe not a lot of money for some players and some teams and stuff. So I guess it's, yeah, like I said, it's a very long question.
Yeah, keep going. Focus on it.
I guess I'm just trying to wonder, like, how is it, like, do you think it could be that the fact that there is this, it's become maybe a bit more like people are focusing a lot more trying to bring through Icelandic talent in the last few years to like so they could sell them on for big money, because I think that's how a lot of teams are surviving a little bit. It's how they make a lot of the money is to sell these young kids on. So maybe there's not a lot of focus on the foreigners. Like what's your impression on both coming as a foreigner, not just yourself, but as like a generally, like your impression of people you've talked to and stuff in the league? Is there, you think maybe you're being treated a bit like, I mean foreigners are maybe being, it's it's a small country, we're barely even just over 300,000 people. It must be a bit weird as well to come into a country like this that's so isolated until fairly recently. And then maybe like I don't even know what the question is anymore. I think it's more like
I understand what you mean. And I would say, like you said, they are trying to focus on the Icelandic players. They are trying to sell the young talents. We can see it's happening. It happened last year. It's happening now. I'm gonna give you some examples. Like Isaac Snyder from Breidablik last year, sold for Rosenborg, right? Crystal from Vikingur, and when they are doing good, saying they are not good. They are really good players, but I don't see that me or other foreigner who comes and show the quality are not better than them, better than these guys, because I think they are just same. Maybe one because he's a little bit younger and have some calls for the national team. They, of course, is gonna value more and all this stuff. And you can see about Isaac Andre, this guy now. He's amazing. This is a really good player. The guy is fast. He can dribble. He can finish. He can cross. He's a really good talent, and of course the media is talking about him. They have to, because he's showing this for the media. But I would say like this: just one. If I score a great goal, or Isaac gonna score the same goal, it's gonna be different. The way he talks for him and the way he talks to me. Of course, I'm 27, almost 27 now. I have no idea how old this guy, the young guy. And of course, they want to sell their players. They want to make their league bigger, make their country bigger. It's not selling me or talking about me. They're gonna, if they are talking about me, they are talking about my quality. They are talking about what I grow, where I played in Brazil, or where I learned. I didn't learn here. I learned in Brazil, right? So they have to, and I think they are right. I think they are right. I would say I'm jealous, maybe, because I would like to see it be treated maybe same, You know what I mean, right? So, of course, they want to sell these players. Is probably the best income they have. From example, they had Hordur, the captain of national team. National team, he was in CSKA, played for Juventus. Now, when we arrived from 2018, we had this guy, Mikael Elgertsson, he's playing for Venezia. No, Venezia?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was 16 playing with us. And of course, national team helps and all this stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I answer your question exactly, but it's like this, They, for the Icelandics, they are more worried, or they want to talk more. And as a foreigner, I don't remember any foreigner coming to Iceland and giving another big step, going higher. I can't remember right now, but that's
it's
something,
definitely. I think
something weird, maybe, or just what happened. They are coming here just to relax and make some money and to finish their careers, or because when I came to Iceland, for me was okay. going to Iceland next. Next, I'm going to Italy. That was my dream. That was my plan, and it still it is. It's my job. It's my dream, and it's what I want. So I always thought that, maybe I'm gonna stay in Iceland 2 years, and then I'm gonna be good and go for another country, maybe a bigger. I know I'm Iceland. I respect. I like to be here. But if you see the rank of UEFA and all this stuff, it's not going well. So it's something like, it's just weird, right? So came a foreigner, the guy is good, or why he's not going for somewhere better, or whatever. Just a thought.
Yeah, and I mean, you could argue that that Iceland should be doing better, like, because that's how you grow the league as well. Of course, you grow the league through young, talented Icelandic players, but you also need, if you keep selling them, you need other players, right? And so then it would make sense to have players. Some players are going to come from abroad naturally, because it's a competitive market. That's how things happen, and then it would make sense to try to promote them and try to attract more people who are ambitious.
I think that's normal. You have to treat everyone maybe same, and that's one way that you can talking about foreigners. That's a way who you're gonna show for other guys watching that's a good league. There's a good players there. There's a good foreigners over there also. Then it's gonna be more attractive maybe for other players.
Yeah, no, it's a bit sad. That's it's
no,
we
but
don't get more.
it is what it is. I just don't. It's a thinking. It's something maybe. I don't know. We are talking here, and the thoughts are coming, and I'm talking. And it's just something. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're right. I can't think of many. There's been I think there's been a few maybe from Scandinavia that come here a bit young and then they go back to their teams and they come here on loan or something, and then it's maybe easier for them to go back home to Denmark or Norway, and then they maybe have a breakthrough. In their team like it, but yeah, it doesn't really happen. It's not that because of their stay here. It's
yeah. I mean, it's not like I say, it's not much promoted for the other guys come here. Yeah, seeing like I'm not saying I'm the best player in the league, but I'm one of the top scorers and the top assistants, and you don't see nothing about me instead of you guys.
we'll keep shouting your name.
I'll keep scoring. I have to keep scoring.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah, no, it's so I mean, like, I guess you coming to an environment like Fram, because I remember hearing about this when you came. It was very unusual for Iceland project, like a Portuguese manager who's bringing over foreign, Brazilian players. It's a very, and then I remember Fram had some, Danny Guthrie came a few years ago as well. it's so like it's Fram is like a very unusual project in Icelandic football, I think, over the last few years at least.
Yeah, and you can see like Breidablik, or especially what FV is doing, right? Stjarnan, they have a lot of young talents playing, and we don't have many young guys playing. I mean, we have Mazi, our left back, but he's not really young anymore. He's probably 22 now, 23. I don't know. So he was the guy who grew at Fram. He was supposed to be to sell him or make money of him, like they did with Mickey, like they did here with Ordur. Like between Ordur and Mickey, it's a huge gap, so many years. And then between Mickey, this is 2018, and until now there is nothing, So, and that's also something that we have to look into it, because why is not coming any young talents? Why Fram is not a attractive club for young players, or what we have to do to improve more our young players, or So yeah, that's something we have to question. Look it.
Yeah, I mean, you're a youth coach now, so it's up to you.
I was right. I was trying my best. I don't know. Let's see.
So yeah, I mean, so you feel like you're settled in Iceland after 5 years, as much as you can. I mean, it's a huge transition.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes hard, away from the family, from your friends, and all this stuff. But it's really easy to get comfortable in Iceland. It's one of the probably the best, the security in the world, most secure country in the world, most safe. When you are walking the streets here, you have the kids just going to the school alone, and that's some stuff that you don't see in Brazil, especially. And you can, like, my in-laws, they were here visiting us, and they really love it. I thought they were not gonna like it much because of the cold, because it was raining, and but they really love it. They went to Paris and they didn't like it, so they want to come back next year. So it's really easy to get comfortable in Iceland, So, and my girlfriend also, my wife, sorry.
Now you're in trouble.
My wife, she loves to be here. When we are talking about Brazil, or we go to Brazil, she's not much excited about it. She just not gonna don't want much to be there, because you never know, you can be robbed, or some shit happen, and you are so used to it in Iceland, to walk with your phone, that was supposed to be normal in every country in the world, but it isn't,
Yeah.
And I can't. I mean, for I live here now, there is the opportunity, or the club must be really, really good for me. Doesn't make sense. I live for other country if I'm good. I have from here. I don't know if you're gonna want me here more here, so or no. But maybe if you're not from, maybe other club. I don't know. We never know. But my wife, she's really excited to just stay here as much as we can. Maybe we never know. We'll see. But we have a good life.
Okay.
Oh,
that's good to hear. And yeah, if you want to move to Kauer, I'd be very happy with that.
Can you tell what team he
Uh,
likes? He's
The
a
what?
fan of Kauer. Can you tell?
Kauer or Kawa?
Kauer.
Yeah,
Kauer.
of course.
Okay. No, I can't talk about Kauer right now.
Oh, because you're in negotiations. I understand. Yeah, of course.
No. Nothing this. No negotiations.
Okay, I think we've kept you for long enough, so I'm going to ask you a few quick fire questions. So and then we'll finally let you go.
Don't worry. You can stay as much as you want.
So grass or artificial turf?
Oof, grass.
Grass.
I've been 6 years in artificial, but it's hard, for your knees, for your ankles, your joints. It's not healthy. But yeah, okay, the rest.
Even in this terrible weather in Iceland.
Yeah, that's a problem. when the weather is not good enough, the pitch then is not good, then I would say the artificial is better. But a good, comfortable grass is better.
Okay. What do you think of the name Besta Deildin?
I like it. I don't know. I think it's good. Because when I came it was Pepsi, right? Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Pepsi Max just doesn't make sense for me. It's not you're not talking about the league, you're just talking about the.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you let you said you're happy in Fram, you've no big plans, but like you got a dream move to let's not pick a club, let's pick a league. Where two parts. So where's your dream, like absolute dream league, and where do you think, and two, like where do you maybe think you would fit the best fit for you, your play style?
Okay, my dream actually is to play a Champions League, This was ever my dream. I never dream. Of course, you dream about being national team in Brazil, wearing the yellow shirt, number 10, Ronaldinho, Zico, playing a World Cup. But of course, we are far from we are far from this now. We are so far. But still, my dream is still playing a Champions League. To be like in the first 11, to hear the song, is just it's amazing. I don't have like a favorite country or a league, but I would say Italy. I really like. I have this Italy in my mind. I don't know why, if I like the country or not. I think I could play in Italy or Spain. Spain would be good also.
Cool.
Barcelona, if you're listening, there's you need a.
Yeah. Yes. I mean the language also, it's much easier to learn. And Italy, there's some similar words from the Portuguese, so just some words, I think it's easier to use study, but Spanish, of course, is much more closer than easier to learn.
That sort of ties into my other next two questions. How's your Icelandic?
Icelandic?
Talas með íslensku eða?
Ég tala smá íslensku. Já.
Frábært.
Já, hvað segirðu þú?
Já, allt gott en þú?
Já, bara góður.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Let's finish over here, huh?
See, Joe, you got some catching up.
Yeah, I know. Every time I come in the club, I always talk some Icelandic. I say hello, good night, how are you guys? And I always try to trying to learn some jokes or do like good weekend guys, they always laugh on me because of the accent. Sometimes they say you are doing good, you sound like Icelandic sometimes, and it's fun, but I actually never studied Icelandic. I tried once in a website I found, but you are not like learning, you are kind of decorating words. Oh, this word is this, so you like. But yeah, I think I understand some words when the coach is talking about the football talk is just pretty easy. But when people are talking, I can maybe sometimes understand the subject or if I'm focused.
It's a hard language, right?
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard.
But maybe we should have started with this question. Is it Fredji? How do you actually say your name?
In Brazil, we say Fred.
Fred.
Fred. Yeah. Here in Iceland, they say Fred. But yes, Fred. Frederico Belo Saraiva. And here they Saraiva. Yes, that's good. That was good because they use a lot of Belo Saraiva, and that's a little bit weird, but that's normal,
Saraiva.
Yes.
Saraiva.
Fred Saraiva.
Cool. Yeah. Well, Tryggvi, any others?
I could keep talking for like 5 hours, but let's.
Okay. Yeah, we'll let him go.
You need to enjoy the summer. The
yeah,
sun outside.
The lights outside, right? It's still lights outside. It's
Yeah.
difficult to sleep sometimes. So
yeah,
I've been using a hat over here to just cover my eyes because it's too much, like the brightness coming from the window. If you don't have like a blackout to close everything, it's so hard.
I bet. Yeah. Well, hey, good luck tomorrow in your game. We will be watching.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much for taking a lot of time out of your day to come and talk to us. We really appreciate it. And this was really fun, and we hope it was fun for you too. And yeah, everybody go watch Fred tomorrow. You can catch or Fredji. You can catch it for free. I don't know if you know this or not, listeners, but if you're outside of Iceland, you can watch all the games for free on the OneFootball app, and also FIFA Plus, I believe, still has the games. So that's how Tryggvi and I catch a lot of them. They're all there, and yeah, it's a really a fun team to watch, a fun player to watch. Fred, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you so much, guys, for the invite again. Thank you so much for the words. It was a really fun talk. It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And hope you score some goals for next podcast. You can talk about me again.
There you go.
You need to score a proper Ronaldinho goal tomorrow.
Under the wall.
Exactly.
Under the wall.
Yeah.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
The podcast doesn't go up until after the game, so it's fine.
That's right. Yeah.
That's okay. We have a deal.
EBVF won't know what's about to hit them, so it's okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, Fred, and thanks, Tryggvi, as always, for joining me, and thanks, listeners, and we will see you next time.